But for those who think, and those who would say it is time to reform this organization, it is time that the officers quit selling out the membership of this union, I say to them, go to hell.
The way I look at my company level, and since getting involved in TDU, I really find out that the only job security I'm going to have is if other members think like I do and make that job security. We don't have it yet. At my barn level, I feel good going to work, you know, leaving my literature in the coffee room. Our local is hard to organize. We don't have membership meetings. Most of our members, it's been so long since they've seen the rank and file, a winning rank and file on a picket line that wins something from the companies or from their union. It's almost like you think they're apathetic, but what it really is, they've never seen the rank and file power in action. When the picket line comes, then they find out what you was talking about all along, but they might have not agreed with you at the time. And when I badmouth my union, it's because not a democracy in it. But I also respect the union, too. I wouldn't be getting the money I'm getting now if it hadn't been for the struggles of Teamsters and other trade unionists back in the 30s and 40s. Year by year, our union is eroding, and it's created, yeah, that's why TDU is existing today and growing, and the members starting to fight back. They're finding out I can't do it myself unless I join it with other members, and that's what makes a union, us together fighting for what we believe in.
Or at the beginning of TDU.
At the beginning, what was that like? What did you feel?
Well, I was afraid that they would try to set me up and I'd lose my job. And I was scared because I was the only one at first. And then I got another guy at work to join it. But for a long time I had the feeling that somebody was going to set me up. The company and union was going to call me in the office and just make up some kind of ridiculous charge and fire me.
We can't fear this union anymore, because that's what's destroying it. For years we've never had opposition in our locals. No opposition at all. The biggest strength I see in TDU is that where they do have active chapters, they go to where the action's at. Because they feel good educating the other Teamsters. We don't have a right to elect our international officers. We can elect the President of the United States. We want to turn this union around where the members say we want people in there that will fight for decent contracts.
TDU will initiate a campaign on the right to vote on all officers. All those in favor of the motion?
I got cheated out of a Teamsters pension. So I want to help to see other women don't get cheated out of their pension.
Do you think that the convention is going to help you? And how?
It might not help me individually. My case is 8 years in the past. But I think it will help me help other women in the same situation that I was facing.
The dock is cold. There's no heat there. It goes 20 and 30, 40 below zero with wind chill factors. And we have no aid whatsoever as far as warmth to go, other than the management say, work faster and you'll stay warm. That's oppressing. Something need to be done about that. But yet the Teamsters, the IVT, they don't pay any attention to it. They put it on the table. They say they'll give us some aid, you know, as far as extra break periods or something of this nature during the winter time. We don't receive it. I understand it goes on the table as one of the first things that come off.
I joined TDU because I wanted to help out my husband and other husbands who are having problems on the job.
What's a typical day like for him?
He starts at 7:30 and picks up his load at the downtown terminal, and then he delivers to the independent grocers around the city. It's usually quite a long day. He sometimes doesn't get home until 10 in the evening.
Have you been involved in any other organizations before?
No. No, I was only in the Girl Scouts when I was 10.
Over 2 million men and women Teamsters, from truckers to cannery workers, are increasingly dissatisfied with working conditions and with union leadership.
You've got to work at your place of employment every day, and you want to better it. And to better it, it seems that the union isn't going to do it for you. You're going to have to do it for yourself or organize to do it.
At a meeting of a major Teamster local in Detroit, President Bob Linz pushes through acceptance of a selective strike in spite of strong rank-and-file opposition led by TDU.
Have a current news receipt or identification card to gain admittance to the hall.
Here he is.
What if there are threats or actions against non-striking drivers? What recourse do they have now?
Really, the safety of our members is of prime importance. And if we get some crazies out there and that are threatening people, then I think that our people are going to have to stand up and just see where the problem is.
You don't feel a selective strike is the answer?
It's dangerous. You know, it's too dangerous. You're jeopardizing the drivers that do have to drive up and down the street.
General sentiment.
Those guys are going to be on the line.
We don't need this divide and conquer stuff. Even their own locals seem to be working against the members. They seem to be working hand in hand with the company on this. If you're going to have a damn strike, have a strike. Shut it down. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to work. My company's not on strike. That means I'm going to have to go out there and run against my brother who's making $35 a week. Well, I'm making $5 or $6. $100 a week. How do you think that makes me feel? I don't blame the man if he gets mad. Plenty mad to hurt me.
The trucking companies responded to the selective strike by locking everyone out. This employer unity and the resulting confusion in the union showed the need for an informed rank and file.
Hey, let's go to work! Let's go to work! Hey, let's go to work! Hey, all rackets out! Let's go to work! Hey! Hey, come on, let us in! Hey, let's go to work!
Break the windows in it, if they want to do it that way. You know, that's logical. Is the guy going to get hurt? He's got a family too, you know.
Oh, this go on a long time.
You know, because 3 years ago when they had that guy was hurt real bad on the I-75, they dropped a cement block right through the cab.
It was a great big sky.
Yeah, great big.
So then you think that the strategy of selective strikes really might result in violence?
It was no good.
Yeah, I'm
Not plain English, it was no good.
Well, why did they do it then?
Turn brother against brother. They have the union that.
What do you think about TDU?
Well, they're trying to do a good job for us.
They could do it if they get organized better, but they ain't got nothing in it.
You can keep shutting them down. They don't let them talk. If they get talking up there, they just knock them out of order, you know, or something like that, and they shut them right down. They give them a chance.
Are you members of TDU?
No, I'm not.
You ever thought of being a member?
No, I just never thought of it. You know, get going. I figure if I have a good job here,
Do you think it would jeopardize your job?
I think it would, yes.
Now, once you belong to join the TDU, you got everybody on your rear end, here, there, and every place.
Make one mistake, then
Yeah. You got to get them all together. You can't fuck the union. The union's too big for them. You try and get guys to join something 100%, you can't do it. I've been around. I was around this racket before you guys were ever born. In TDU, we got to find the organizers within the company and get the average rank and filer well educated, well informed.
You know, there's a lot of changes that may be made in our contract, but getting them is one thing. That's the most important thing, getting them.
You're going to get the same thing we're going to get. We're fighting for it.
We was out here in the down rain all day yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you people something right now. When you have lack of communication and divided, don't know what's happening to each one at each part, you're going to be divided.
10-4.
You got to have a center. You got to have communication. The headquarters, you can find out what's happening. If you don't, you're going to always be dumped on it. You won't know what's happening.
Don't even know what's happening.
We haven't necessarily won things like innocent till proven guilty. That would be a big victory for the rank and file. We haven't won that, but at least we've kept them from taking more things away.
Because we know they're going to sell us out.
We want to know how much health and welfare is going to be increased. We want to know what kind of formula on the cost of living is going to be based on. We're going to try to get all these questions answered tomorrow. We hope we can get somebody at the meeting to come and talk to us and maybe inform us a hell of a lot better than we've been informed so far by our own officers.
And without TDU and without a national network of communication and information and these kind of pressure things that Gene's talking about. Now, people say that's a media stunt. Well, it is a media stunt, but how in the world are you going to get the word out? We don't have the money that they have.
The Teamsters themselves are not going to inform anybody of their rights because they don't want you to know what your rights are. If you did, if everybody did, then they couldn't get by with what they do get by with.
When the Teamsters first started, you had a fine if you didn't attend meetings. Now it's, they don't want to see you at the meetings. They don't, if they don't see you, they don't have any complaints. At least they don't hear any complaints.
I believe the IBT seem a lot like management simply because they are far away from the people. They're receiving large sums of money for the jobs that they perform. They have not been working within the shops for so long that they don't realize the reason that they're in the position they were because there was a struggle.
And it's not a game, and we're not radicals in the sense that we've just popped out of college and we want to stir up some trouble. We're working class people and we are involved in a struggle. And I feel that every Teamster in this country who hears of TDU should certainly investigate it thoroughly and find out the real reason and the true reasons why they should belong.
Together we can move mountains. Alone we can't move